How do you properly fall? This is both metaphorically and realistically. How do you properly fall? Think about it. I know there's been some amusing videos up on people falling because they're totally off guard. And you can really get busted up. But how do you properly fall? We've all taken a tumble, right? In our lifetime. We've all taken a tumble, whether we didn't flat out just done a roll up on the ground. But how do you properly fall? First thing some people may say, hey, the first thing I'm trying to do, I'm trying to catch my balance to keep me from falling. You might have another person that says, hey, look, I'm going to put my hands out. I don't need to break a hip, fracture an ankle. I mean, yeah, I know I could fracture my wrist, but you know, it might not be as bad. You might have somebody else that says, I'm going to simply watch where I'm going. That's the topic of this video. How to properly fall. Let's take this over to a realistic example. Now that we just fleshed that out with a few things. It's the same way in life when you're just sailing on through and all you're trying to do is get from point A to point B. But then a pothole pops up. You stumble. Now, depending on everything that led up to that pothole when you were walking, or that sudden drop off on that curb, depends on the severity of that stumble. If you knew that it was a curb coming up, maybe it just you got momentarily distracted and you began to fall. Maybe you stopped. Oh yeah, that curb, you were able to brace for it and catch it. Maybe you were on the phone. You never knew it was a curb at all. So you're taken totally by surprise. When that drop off happens, you don't know what's going on. Since you're taken so totally by surprise, you fall, you drop to one knee, phone go one way, you didn't bust it up. And then you gotta calculate all that since you weren't on your phone, you weren't paying attention. Okay, this $1,000 phone, do I want my phone busted all up? Do I need a hip? This might be a turn. I don't know. Like I stated, I'm just trying to kind of paint this picture for you. Everything that led up to that stumble would determine on how bad that fall was. Or were you paying attention? Came up, maybe you anticipated that the drop off wasn't as deep as what you thought that it was going to be. So you stumbled, but you were nowhere near the falling because you saw it coming up. Think about all of these examples, because I want to flesh this out so I don't have to come back to this. In real world shenanigans. Are you observing the situations that's going on around you? Are you observing the revolving door of the people that you got in your life? You know just as well as I know, when you're dealing with people, you can't prevent everything that's bad that happens to you. You can't, because you got an unknown factor in there. That's other people. But you can somewhat control those odds if you're looking at the quality of people that you have in your life, what they're bringing to you. You can kind of anticipate that fall, and maybe it may not be as great. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to deal with people at all. Let's just talk about your choices, or what's going on financially up around you. Vehicle, your possessions, the things that you own. How great of a stumble are you going to take? Are you a person that you got everything maxed out to the absolute end and you have no room for error, no wiggle room? Something comes up, that bump in the road had just become calamity. You just fell and broke a hip, metaphorically, because you had no room to wiggle because of the corner that you painted yourself in financially. Now everything is crashing and burning. How do you properly fall? What steps are you taking to prevent those mistakes? That's the topic of this video. I'm not going to even further flesh it out with any examples with the people and relationships and things that I talk about, because I've talked. There's close to 600 videos on this channel at this point in time of me recording this release date. So you can look at there's an abundance of topics discussing all of those situations, exploring those healthy individuals, those toxic individuals, plenty. You can plug any of that into this that I'm talking about. If you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. This is where I'm hosting my videos at. My name is Ayin Kilimanjaro, that is. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. Y'all have a good one.